begins with a welcoming address from a faculty member and ends with a parting address by the member of the senior class who has earned the highest cumulative GPA during 4 years at Iona. This year's speaker is Song Ghosh.
Good afternoon, faculty, families, and my friends. It is an honor and a privilege to represent the class of 2010. Before I begin though, I have a confession to make. This is not my speech. This speech is a collaborative effort of the class of 2010. I repeatedly badgered my friends sitting here today to describe their 4 years at Iona in one word, and carved out this speech from their responses. When I was informed that I had to deliver the speech on this joyous occasion, I had no idea what to talk about. I could write a cliché speech with some cliché phrases. I could blow my own horn about everything I achieved these 4 years. I could tell you inspirational stories about extraordinary people. However, amidst all this brainstorming, I went back right to the beginning, to our first week of college 4 years ago. An experience came to mind that changed my life for the better and can even be seen as a representation of our achievements and progress at Iona. When I realized in my first week at Iona that I had to write papers for the next 4 years, I thought I was on uniform house. Having never written a paper before, the concept was completely alien to me. I marched to the brothers' residence on 33 Beach Park, confused, frustrated, and ready to take the next flight home. The next hour that I spent with Brother Durning changed my life forever. He drew a diagram, an inverted triangle, 2 rectangles, followed by another triangle, to explain the structure of an essay. Come to think of it, at the end of 4 years, I have realized, as you will too, hopefully, by the end of this speech, that Brother Durning was not just describing the structure of an essay, but also the structure of our lives. Roller coaster, tilt-a-whirl, bittersweet, personal. These are some of the words students from the class of 2010 used for describing their experiences at Iona. However, when asked to describe their reason for using such words, 2 general themes emerged: discovery and family. Who are you? Who am I? Who are we? These are the questions of life that are shaped based on our experiences. These last 4 years in Iona were a step at finding the answer to these questions, because we discovered new aspects of life when we came here. We thought we had everything figured out when we were in high school. When we got to college, we all underwent an amazing transformation. And the first step in that transformation was the freedom we discovered when we got here. We had the freedom to do things we hadn't tried in the past or didn't even know about before we got to college. Some of us discovered that we have a talent for staying up all night to write papers till the next day morning and still get A's. Others of us discovered our midnight craving for Canoni's pizza and McDonald's. I personally discovered a hidden love and, I believe, talent for karaoke singing. However, as Spider-Man very eloquently put it, with great power comes great responsibility. Our newly discovered freedom also created a realization of responsibility. A responsibility to extract the best from these 4 years of college, both in classes and extracurricular activities. Though most of us here put in endless hours in tests to excel in tests and papers, Iona taught us the real meaning of scholarship. The true essence of scholarship is not about getting straight A's, but developing a lifelong love of learning. During my inquiry for this speech, a friend of mine told me that she was going to be one of the first people in her family to graduate and is now going on to pursue a master's degree. I also know that many of us here plan to do the same. This continued pursuit of knowledge is going to get hard, but the satisfaction of mastering a subject will enrich the world around us. As a class, we attribute the discovery of the true meaning of scholarship to our time at Iona. Most of us didn't restrict our life to academics. We delved into every possible extracurricular activity available. In my view, the two things we learned from the extracurricular were leadership and service. In my 4 years at Iona, I learned that leadership is not about being appointed or elected to a position of authority. Being a leader means using the authority to make the best possible decisions which will benefit everyone around us. Successful leadership harnesses the dedication of students and faculty towards the organization. It is only through a team effort that we can leap over every hurdle on the road to success. I personally practice what I preach as captain of the Iona College Red Challenge team, a group of individuals who compete at the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. I'm sure many of you here in the audience identify with my anecdote and have similar stories to share. As a class, we attribute the discovery of the true meaning of leadership to our time at Iona. Following the tradition of perhaps one of the biggest inspirations on this campus, the Christian Brothers, we learn the value of service. It is the Christian Brothers who are the true embodiments of altruism because of their service to Iona and society as a whole. As one of my friends sitting here put it, at Iona we learn how big the world is, how small we are in it, and at the same time how large an impact we can have on the world. It is on this campus that many of us were introduced to programs like Midnight Run, Habitat for Humanity, Best Buddies, and Success Centers. These programs will not only be fond memories, but our continued medium of representing our discovery of service through the Christian Brother tradition. As a class, we give our sincerest gratitude to the brothers. You all right? The other theme that emerged from my conversations with graduates is the importance of family. I want to take this moment to thank our strongest pillars of support, our families. It is highly likely that most of us wouldn't even be here today had it not been for the unflinching support of our families. I personally want to thank my parents for having faith and sending their only child half the world away. Had it not been for their decision, I would have missed out on this great experience and all you wonderful people. One of the collaborators of this speech told me, I probably won't remember the classes as well as I should, but I know that I met people here who will be my life forever and mean the world to me. Echoing similar sentiments, I would like to thank an extension of our family, a new family we cultivated at Iona, our friends and faculty. It was our friends and faculty who diminished the effects of homesickness, stopped us from making irrational decisions, and made us realize the true potential of relationships. An audience member here summed it up best when she said, Iona has been our home away from home for the last 4 years. We made our families there, and the thought of leaving terrified me. As terrifying as it may sound, almost finished. A phrase I've heard all too often from a friend here in the audience. Unlike the usual conclusion though, I would like to end with this sincere thoughts. Though I repeatedly tested my friends to describe their experience in one word, I could come up with the word myself. My life has changed so significantly in these last 4 years that boiling it down to one word became impossible. Instead, I come back to that diagram or the learning took me in that first week of college. What I realized is that the contents of these rectangles are family and discovery, and that these rectangles will expand with the progression of our lives. I wish everyone here the utmost success and happiness at every step of this expansion. If for some reason the expansion slows or starts, remember, success is the ability to move from one disappointment to the other without losing our enthusiasm. Don't lose hope. Don't lose heart. Just get out there and do what we do best. Fight.